Hello everyone, and welcome to my corner of the world, and welcome to another little technique I'm going to share with you, which is how to use your stamping markers directly onto your stamps. So this particular card I've created using that technique, and if you look real closely, I've also done some tone on tone stamping, which is a technique I showed with you in an earlier video. So today's stamp set I've chosen to use is Beauty Abounds, and we're going to use this lovely swirly flower here and the hello, and then you can see that we've got some bokeh dots. I think that's how it's pronounced, the bokeh dots here, and that's what I actually used to do my tone on tone stamping. So we'll start first of all with using a pen to ink up your stamps. So I have a piece of cardstock here which will just about fit this particular stamp, and I'm using one of the new in colors for 2019-2021, and this is the Purple Posy. And with all Stampin' Up writing markers, you'll find that they've got a brush end, and that's shown with the thicker marking, and then down here is a thin line, which is the writing end. So we're going to need to use the brush end today, and I am going to use the very edge of my tip here, a pen here, partly because it gives you quicker coverage, and partly by using the edge it doesn't mash up your tips, and it keeps your pens in good order. So I'm just gently working my way down, and I'm not pressing too hard, just sort of hard enough just to make sure that there's transfer of ink. And as I work my way down to the bottom, I know that I've now got ink on everything. I'm just going to pop back up the top here. That was the first bit I put down. I'm going to cover up my tip again, and now I'm going to huff on the ink, and if you look you should be able to see that the ink is wet. So I'm just going to line up on my piece of cardstock, hopefully get it in the middle so I don't get my head in shot. Press firmly, and there I've got my lovely swirly image there. So I am going to layer it onto a piece of the Purple Posy card, just to sort of emphasize the color. I'm using a little bit of a liquid adhesive for that. There we go, centering it up. And then on this card I have a little piece of doily. So here it is, here's my little doily here. These are the pearlized doilies, simply cut in half, and a little snail adhesive to just hold it in place. And I'm just going to run it down there, and then just attach it so it looks relatively even. I can see I've got a little bit here of the scrap that hasn't come out properly. Then some dimensionals on the top. I like to use 5, one in each corner and one in the middle, just gives it a little bit more support here. And then take the backing off. Now I've got a smashed up nail from doing yard work this morning, and it's not operating very well here. So, and then I'm going to take my card that's got the tone on tone stamping there, like that. And then for my greeting, I've just got a piece of cardstock. It's a scrap. It's just something that I trimmed off when I was cutting my cardstock down. And I've chosen the hello stamp. Hello can be used for practically any occasion, I'm thinking. And I'm just going to stamp on there. Well, that's not very level, so that's why there's two sides to a cardstock. I'm going to take it off camera a minute just so I can look under. There we go, that's better. Two sides to the cardstock so you get a second go. And I'm just going to take my paper snips and literally cut at the same angle that I've got here. So I think that's a weeny bit too far away, so I'm just going to keep my scissors at the same angle and just snip my hello, and then I'm going to pop a dimensional underneath, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop it to one end. I want to sort of have it overhanging here like that, so I'm just going to pop it on one end like this, and then on this card I used some of the coordinating ribbon, but for my one I'm going to make now is I'm going to use the really pretty Whisper White polka dot ribbon, and I've just tied a bow, and I'm going to attach it with a glue dot. I have videos on how I tie bows, and you can just follow up on that. So I'm going to pop that there like that, and then a final flourish is with a few pearls. So we're just going to stick them down just on the center of my little flowers here like that. Ooh, lots of lovely pearls. Okay, and then I always like to put a little liner in my cards, and so I'm going to stamp my liner as well as my envelope. And for this particular one I'm using the polka dots, as I said, and I've put both of them on the same block, so I can cut down my time by just doing them together. I'm just going to pop a couple there, and then on my envelope make sure it's the right way up, so you stamp in the bottom left hand corner like that. I'm just going to whip that round. Oh, very pretty. Yes, I like those dots. And then I just use a little liquid adhesive to stick this into my card. And there we're done. So there's a technique in case you don't have an ink pad for in the color that you want, but that maybe you do have a one of the stamping markers. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I certainly enjoyed sharing the technique with you. Below this video you will see a link to my blog, and that will take you and tell you the some more details on card sizes and things like that, and also a link to my online store where you can go ahead and get the goodies to make your own cards. Well, thank you for your time today. Bye for now.